though. How has it all been so far?
Yeah, quite quick. We arrived last night very late, 1 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, has been quite quick. Now, hopefully, we can do a good game, win the game, and come back.
Only 4 players keep their place from the Spurs win. Robert Sanchez, Reece James, Mark Cucurella and Joao Pedro. Why those 4? Why did you feel it necessary they start tonight?
It's for the game plan. Also, yeah, that means that they're gonna play, all game, 90 minutes. It's just to try to, as we said many times, to protect a little bit some of the players and try to win the game.
Tyreek George, you've opted for as well. What have you seen from him that's made you want to start him tonight?
No, Ty is doing well. We said many times, it's very young. He needs to improve many things, but he deserves the chance.
And Liam Delap as well on the bench. If you want him, what's his message to him? I suppose you need him on the pitch, so no silly yellow cards?
No, the message for Liam is quite clear. We have so many games. He's going to score goals, he's going to play games, and hopefully can be tonight or the next one.
And just finally, we know that Qarabag's record in the Champions League has been pretty impressive so far. Do you think they've surprised teams?
They are a very good team. I don't know if they surprised the other team. Hopefully they are not going to surprise us, because we saw that they are a good team, well organized, and they are doing a very good in the Champions League.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, big night for Chelsea tonight then. They will want to get those 3 points. Let's take a look at the team again, because you've got Tyreek George leading the line. You talked about how you prefer Joao Pedro in that number 10 role, and it'll be, the onus will fall then on Tyreek George here. Huge night for him, actually.
Tyreek George, I think he's probably best playing off the left. But I think with Enzo in this team, I think he likes him in that 9 position because he can make runs from central and stretch the opposition. And hopefully the plan will be to make more space for Pedro in there. Maybe Santos you'll see popping in the technicians. But Tyreek George is a willing runner. He's a young kid through the academy. He feels the club. He scored his first Champions League goal against Ajax, and it was a beautiful moment for him and his teammates. When the pressure's on, let's see how he is from the start tonight.
And the youngsters have been doing well for Chelsea. I mean, they did against Ajax, as you mentioned. Estevao as well, the boy wonder who sort of starts with a bang and he comes on the pitch and seems to always produce some kind of magic.
Yeah, he's obviously, when you're a Brazilian winger and bought for big money. The other thing, he's settled into the country really well. I think sometimes we forget, Brazilian doesn't know the language, doesn't know London, of course, and he's settled in really, really well. But 3 of the front 4s, just looking at their ages, and Estevao's the youngest at 18. You see, Rashman, he's so direct, so quick, and again, I don't know if it's just because he's Brazilian, they just seem to play with no fear. They play with a smile on their face. He's very, very direct, very, very confident on the ball. He's a bit more as a 10 here. He's a top player, Joe, isn't he?
Top player, mate. Wait, watch this touch here, as the ball comes in. I think it might be the next clip. But what he does really well, this is unbelievable, but what he does really well is he goes straight at you, direct. He's moving it, he shifts the defender. Now this is all in a 10-minute spell against Liverpool where he come on and lit the game up. And we're talking, the Premier League champions here. This touch here, Shay, bang, straight away puts the defender on the back foot, drives inside, he picks the right pass. He's an outstanding footballer, and
this goal as well, Joe. He understands the game. So how often you see the right winger outside the box? This is it later on in the game, of course. And he's thinking, I've got a chance of winning the game for my team here. I'm in as a second striker nearly at the back post there.
Do talk about settling in. At this game, when he scored that goal, last-minute winner against Liverpool, the whole of the staff, the teammates and everyone embraced him. And that tells you that he's settled in with a group of lads, which is, like Shay said, it's really important, especially when you're coming from another country.
Yeah, absolutely. Settled into the country. It looks like settled into the team as well. What about, we talk about the youngsters. What about someone who's, got all the experience behind him in Reece James and, the only player who played in the Champions League? So much been said about, we talk about his leadership skills all the time, but we also talk about his position. He's at right back today. Where do you prefer him, at right back or in midfield?
Listen, I like to see Reece James fit and playing. I think I still prefer him at right back. I think that's where he's most effective. But I still feel he's in this stage, Shay, where he's had so many injuries over the last few years. They're managing him through. I think the club have been very smart in bringing in Gusto to play at right back and cover, so that will limit the minutes for Reece. But I don't think Reece will ever be the sort of player who's going to go Saturday, Saturday because of his body. So you've got to get the best out of him and you've got to build him up. And every week and month that goes by when he plays, and he doesn't break down, and he's getting stronger and stronger. When a fully fit Reece James is the best right back in the world when he's at it. But he needs to be managed, and he's a pretty decent midfielder. He's a pretty decent midfielder as well. So he's a top
I think
player.
subconsciously as well. He's had so many injuries. That's the problem.
He doesn't want to get injured again.
Maresca has to manage that really, really well. And I don't know if he's at full speed yet or if he's up to his maximum fitness. Like, so half of his, I can't really sprint in the last 20 minutes or something because I might do something, you know. So you just love to see Reece back up to full fitness, you know, for club and country, because he's a top player.
He really is, isn't he? And talking sort of up front for Chelsea, you look at sort of the players that they have, and the goals have been shared around. I mean, the top scorers at the moment, Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo with 4 each.
Yeah.
Are they still missing that one out-and-out, you know, goal scorer that's going to get you the 20, the 25 each season? Well,
obviously Liam Delap is a young player that they have massive high hopes for. Me too. I think he's a very talented, superb young player. So you're pinning your hopes on Liam. You've got obviously you've got Tyreek George as well, who's playing there. João Pedro's played there. So there's options there, and Chelsea would like to see more goals from that number 9 position. But what we've seen, it takes you. Number 9, it takes longer to mature, Shay. You know, we've seen some players in their 30s still banging in goals. You learn the position, so they have to develop. They have to learn. They have to be better. You see the numbers that Haaland's dash the benchmark. You know, 16 goals, whatever he's got in all competition. I don't know, but these young lads have just got to keep working, keep improving, and they can get there. They've got youth on the side, but there's still steps to be made.
But Haaland is the guaranteed starter in every single game, and Enzo Maresca, as we're saying, he's not afraid to make changes, and he does. And is that possibly where the issue might be, that he hasn't sort of selected that number 1, or is it because Liam Delap's been injured? I mean, which one is it?
I'm surprised that Delap doesn't start tonight, to be honest. You know, he got sent off in the last game, so maybe Maresca's saying, well, if you can't look after your discipline, because it was a stupid yellow card. I think it was at Wolves when he put his elbow in the defender's face. Stupid from Delap, because he's just come back from injury. He wants to be playing, and I thought this game would have been perfect for him tonight. But maybe it's the manager going, no, you let me down there, so I'm not going to start you.
Maybe going back to that, Shay, you know, we talk about experience. You know, when a young lad's doing that, like, the manager's obviously trying to develop him and nurture him and trying to explain to him he can't do that. When you've got senior players in the dressing room, they manage the dressing room for you. You know, I've done things like that where you've been petulant, and sometimes it's with more conviction when it comes from, you know, a 30-something. That's what with this Chelsea team, I say it all the time, about having that experience in that dressing room. It can come not just from the manager and the coaching staff. Them little learning lessons in football can come from your teammates. And I think Liam will learn eventually, because he's too good not to. Do you know? And he comes from a football family. So I'm surprised he's not starting tonight. But he will get there.
He will get there. I can't imagine you being petulant, Joe, by the way.
No, did you not see him in the green room there looking for tea before?
Where are my snacks? Right, after the break, he's going to have a chocolate, by the way, but after the break, we're going to turn our attention to Qarabag, who have surprised many so far this season. 2 wins from their opening 3 games and plenty of threat for Chelsea to deal with. More on the home side is coming up next. Welcome back, everyone, ahead of Chelsea's 3rd visit to Azerbaijan's capital city of Baku. Back in 2017, 2 goals from Willian and a couple of penalties from Eden Hazard and Cesc Fabregas saw them pick up a comfortable 4-0 win in the group stages of the competition that season. And then, of course, 2 years later, a famous night for the Blues as they put 4th past Arsenal en route to lifting the Europa League trophy. And tonight, it's all about the league phase of the Champions League, with both sides having made good starts in this competition. 2 wins from their first 3 games. Enzo Maresca there eyeing another victory. That would make it 3 back-to-back. But it's not going to be easy against this Qarabag side, because at one point they were actually in the top 8 in those automatic qualification spots. So you'd be wrong, Shay, to take them for granted.
Yeah, I mean, the manager knows. He come through the years there. The manager been there, what is it? I've wrote down 17 years, so he knows his way around the football club and that stadium that's named after Lisbon. But they've had a couple of great results in this Champions League so far. I mean, this is away at Benfica. First goal by Andrade there. Duran up with the second goal. Brilliant finishes, and Kuznicek. Sorry, my apologies for my pronunciation, but with the 3rd goal, and to go to Benfica and to win, and they've also beat Copenhagen. We'll see in a minute as well. these guys are no mugs, like, and especially we talk about the 8-hour travel for Chelsea, the time difference. I know they're stuck on English time, but at the same time, all that stuff adds into the players' legs and stuff.
Yeah, we've looked at it like the travel. There is that, but they have got quality players. You don't go to Benfica and win 3-2 if you haven't got ability. They've got players who can open you up. And now they've got to lean into, like Shay was saying, the weather, the travel. You know, make it horrible for Chelsea. They've got to lean into everything, every bit of advantage they've got. They've got to try and use. And there's always a surprise team. We see it in the Europa League with Bodo Glimt. Was it last year or the year before? There's always a team on the peripheries of Europe which comes in and starts upsetting the odds. And Chelsea don't want to be a big scalp for Qarabag tonight.
The other thing they would say as well is the pitch and stuff. It's not overly inspiring. We've been there before. Champions League night, the track around the pitch, the atmospheres, the pitch looks really dry. All these things that, the manager's probably saying that he's been there 17 years, do not water the pitch. You don't want to play to their strengths. Let's keep it dry. Let's make it a difficult night for Chelsea.
They got the sprinklers on there, Shane.
Okay. Hopefully you can't see them shots at home.
Shay Given with his inside info.
I'll get me coat.
Yeah, see you later. Actually, no, I'm going to keep you.
No, but I thought they would play into all that stuff. Like changing rooms and all that. But
I don't know if UEFA put a stop to all that type of shenanigans now.
Yes, the shenanigans.
But everything else, that you try and lean into for sure.
Just seeing the sprinklers, me sliding down the seat like this.
Just digging and digging. I'm going to keep you because I want to ask you about the goalkeeping situation at Chelsea, actually. Robert Sanchez, what is your view on how he is? Because he does divide opinion somewhat amongst Chelsea fans. Is he good? Is it just the line of defence that isn't right? Is he good enough?
I like Sanchez, I really do. And the thing is, yes, he's made a few sort of mistakes maybe in the early part of his Chelsea career, and I think that a lot of people have jumped on that. He's not good enough, we spent all this money, we haven't got a goalkeeper. But I actually think they do have a goalkeeper, I really do. I think, and Maresca's looking at him as well, so comfortable with the ball at his feet, drawing opposition players towards him and passing through the lines. And yes, he's made a few mistakes, but we've all made mistakes. I think I would like to see people get behind him a bit more. I mean, remember the final in the Club World Cup in the summer, he was man of the match. So there is, I think, a top keeper there.
Yeah, is it like that, Shay? A narrative around a goalkeeper, and then it just
it's hard to shake off. It's hard to shake off at things, but I think he's done really well with his performances, and there will still be mistakes. But I think,
the mistakes are so magnified, aren't they, with a goalkeeper, and that's where the issue is, isn't it? The narrative.
There's not nobody to help you out behind you when you're a goalkeeper. But at the same time, I do have a lot of faith in Robert Sanchez for sure.
Interesting. Okay, well, we're just about set for this one then. The pitch is wet, Shay, just so you know. It is Chelsea's furthest away trip by some distance in this year's league phase, isn't it? And they'll certainly want to make sure the long journey home is worth it with 3 valuable points. Kick-off in Baku is up next.